4, titled Test 1, Testing SAT Mode Receive Link Recovery Capability, is instruction 43.
Okay, thanks. That is what we had. I think I misheard an earlier instruction call from you. Thanks.
That may have been just me telling you I was on the instruction that said to check with MCC, and that was a couple of instructions back.
You're here.
I
These
hate
kids. Careful now. You're right.
What happened?
Nothing. Andrew here made them cry. I did not. And that boy's face was... I had nothing to do with it. I only told him no.
About what?
Trying their hand at archery. To be more like us. Look at the eager little bastards. Come on. What's the harm in letting them try, eh? You're being ridiculous. Then... What if you get...
That's enough.
Bloody hell. Regret won't staunch the bleeding, you know. What's got into him? Lose all his coin on a bad bet or something?
I'll talk to him. Andrew.
What?
You know that Dwayne also cares about those kids.
I know. He just thinks every kid needs to take a few knocks.
I suppose most of us do too. That's how we were raised.
Still, you remember what happened back then? When they handed that boy a bow. My hands still shake thinking about it.
You can't keep them sheltered forever. They'll wield weapons whether we like it or not.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm against it.
Oh.
I just want them to learn safely and properly. So, I was thinking, what if Naira taught them? A bit sharp-tongued, but her skill is unmatched. And she knows better than anyone what a bow can do.
That's a good idea.
And all we need is the right kind of bow. No one sells bows for children.
Yeah. I could try making them.
Do you mean it? That'd be brilliant. They're not crafted the same way as ours, but don't worry, I can walk you through it.
I thought I just had to make smaller bows.
You were very wrong then. They'll make fine warriors one day. You can see it in the way they swing those wooden swords.
I heard Jan barking at them to aim for the cock the other day.
Here, I sketched out how the bow should be made. Give them to the smith and he'll have it done in no time. I'll find Naira and head back to camp.
Hiya!
Bunking.
Here you are.
Much appreciated. Need repairs? Put it here, I'll see to it. The master of the anvil stands before you. Stay. I want to hear all about what my work has seen out there. If you want something unique, just ask. This forge has restored many fine blades. I want to hear all about what my work has seen out there.
Let me know if something piques your interest. You're sure to find... Oh, I'm sad to see you go so soon.
Ever heard of those shoes that make click?
As you know, my domain is rather vast, and it's been difficult to keep watch over everything of late. You know all too well how those wretched bandits are running wild. We've had no word from the southern fort in days. I'd like you to go and make sure that everything is in order there.
Hello?
Welcome. I must ask, have you seen these gloves before?
Oh, I don't remember who left them here. Strange. They have a faintly sweet smell. I recognize it from somewhere. Could you return these to their owner? I'm sure they belong to someone around here. You'd be surprised how often this sort of thing happens at the Traveler's Shelter.
Boosted integrity, set. Pointing mode DFTO is complete.
Houston copies. We have a little cleanup from the ground, but that was an excellent test of that system. Things went very well. And we will work to get things in a config that supports exercise and let you know when that's the case.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We just heard some communications between NASA astronaut Victor Glover on board the Orion spacecraft and the Capcom or capsule communicator here in Mission Control, Jackie Mahaffey, as Victor was completing a developmental flight test objective for the SAT or search, acquire, and tracking pointing mode. And during this objective, Victor...
On one for a quick science observation.
Go ahead.
Hey, Jackie, while Ike was busy doing that DFTO, he inadvertently put the moon directly in the center of the docking hatch, and we took some long lens photos, and we can see all of Oriental and maybe even a bit of the annular ring. So we know we aren't in Earth orbit, low Earth orbit anymore.
Some faces just lit up at the science console, and we appreciate the call and look forward to the photos.
We'll put them in the PAO now, Linky. Thanks. And Houston Integrity, just finalizing the DFTO. Something that was not cleaned up in the procedure. Maybe it's a part of your ground cleanup, but we put seats 1 through 4 in listen on OE2. Just wanted to know if you're going to clean that up or if I should command them back to the way the procedure started.
Victor, we think seats 1 through 4 were in listen on OE2 to start with. Was that what you were asking about?
Hey, firm. Yeah, the procedure commanded them to listen. I actually don't remember what they started. I thought I saw them in something other than listen. I thought they were in off, but I'm not sure. If you're happy with them the way they're configured now, I will leave it alone.
Yep, we are happy with the current config. Thanks for checking.
Again, this is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. NASA astronaut Victor Glover just completed the SAT mode, or search, acquire, and tracking pointing mode developmental flight test objective, and was cleaning up some of the tasks associated with that activity. During that, we also heard a call down from NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman, who is the commander of the Orion spacecraft for the Artemis 2 mission. He noted that they were getting a good view of the moon, and he was able to capture some still imagery of that. So hopefully in the next day or so, we'll be able to see some of that imagery and share it with the world. The team here in Mission Control is also working to reconfigure some of the spacecraft so that CSA, or Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen, can complete his scheduled daily exercise using the flywheel device.
Integrity Houston for Christina and acoustic monitor.
Go ahead. And also, before we start into that, can you verify toilets go?
Checking. Christina, toilet is go. We are okay giving you a blanket go for the toilet at this point. We will call you if we need you to have a period of stand down.
Okay, thank you. We copy that. And so does that mean we can disregard any no-use bans that are on Optimus? And I actually haven't checked Optimus, but we are going to completely go on the operating principle of we are good unless you have told us not?
Christina, A firm, you can ignore the toilet unavailable for wastewater dumps in the crew band. And we'll
someone
try
else.
to have a little better story for you tomorrow morning on the rationale and what the plan will be going forward. For acoustic monitor, we were checking on if the battery change helped, and if not, we had a couple other ideas.
Get lost.
Yes, Jackie, I just waiting on that DFTO to be over to give you a call about it. Changed out the batteries, had the same issue, but kind of persisted, and what was happening was it was just turning off randomly at different times, but usually very early on in the record process, and never actually was successful recording. I continued to try and did a couple hard restarts, taking out batteries, putting them back, and eventually was able to get all 5 sample locations recorded. I did do them individually just to make sure that I got the 5 recordings and didn't lose them all if it shut down in the middle of one. Will that be okay?
Christina, that sounds great. Thank you for wrangling the batteries. And a little bit of intel we had was that sometimes those batteries do have difficulty seating. So maybe one of the swap outs helped a little. But if in future activities it continues to be a struggle, there is an option to power via the PCD. So just let us know.
I had noticed that connector, and I was going to ask about that as well.
If you need any cooking ingredients, just let me know.
Pretty good. So maybe that battery reseat was.
Yes. What can I get for you?
Insight, and I think we can call this one good.
Sounds great.
Yes. Well, come by again.
Christina, one more follow-up on the acoustic
My hands
monitor.
are freezing.
When you recorded the toilet,
Am I
did you
the
do it
owner of
by
these gloves?
opening the lid or pulling the funnel off?
Funnel.
Houston copies.
Oh, that sweet smell. Yeah, they're definitely mine. Ah, thanks. I guess I had a bit too much to drink today.
This is Artemis Mission Control.
I'll make sure not to lose him.
We just heard some communication there between NASA astronaut Christina Cook, who is one of the mission specialists aboard the Orion spacecraft, and the Capcom capsule communicator, which you can see there on the center of your screen, Jackie Mahaffey. Christina is currently working through another developmental flight test objective related to the toilet acoustics. So as part of this objective, they're collecting some acoustic or sound data related to the toilet on board the Orion spacecraft to evaluate the operational sound levels.
Really? Thank you.
Integrity Houston, for exercise, arrays and ARS are configured. You are go for exercise. And let us know if you'd be willing for us to come on board.
Okay, Jackie. Yeah, you're welcome on board. We did go ahead and set up the Z9 for the T-shirt shroud activity, but I think we can put something back together for you.
The Z9 shroud build, or were you in the middle of it and would need to tear down to set up cameras?
No, it's just that I took down the HHP camera to use the articulating arm for the Z9, and I wasn't sure, that wasn't a peak activity, a flexible activity, so I wasn't sure if we were going to have something in that window during that period to test this out or not.
initial logistics check there, so we didn't need a particular target. And if you are happy with how you would set that up on the flyby, you need to set up other.
No killing! Save them for later sports!
Take a picture or two of, it's going to be...
How are you? Still standing? Consider where you went wrong.
There between CSA or Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen and the Capcom or capsule communicator here in Mission Control discussing a Z9 shroud. That was a timelined activity for the day where Jeremy was assessing a makeshift shroud setup for the upcoming lunar flyby scheduled for flight day 6 to help capture better sunrise and sunset imagery.
You come too far, northern bird! I'll grind you to dust! Calling you back would be unfair.
Into the Artemis mission following a liftoff. Central 6:35 p.m. Eastern. The crew has imagery during their mission. This image there on your screen is a recent image that was uploaded and captured by the crew on the second and it shows the there in the foreground. Distance and it was captured by a camera on the top of one of the solar panels. Four cameras on each of the solar arrays. Now, on day 3, the Orion spacecraft is We're going to do an AC swap, and we got good video, but just know we're going to lose voice for a minute while we do AC.
You won't get away!
Here on your screen, you're now
the shithole you came from!
By its crew,
Northern barbarian!
Victor Glover and astronaut Jeremy Hansen were their day as they are starting to round out flight day 3. On the left hand side, NASA reconfiguration after the DFTO. NASA astronaut Jeremy Hansen giving a thumbs up to the screen, acknowledging the words that just came up from Captain Palmer Capsule Communicator. Just copy here in the room. Spacecraft, you can see a series of pulleys along with a torque limiter, which is encased in a frame about the size of an extra large shoebox, which functions like a rowing
Broken and beaten! Die where you stand!
Reed and Victor. Jeremy
Back to the shithole you came from, coward! From cowards! Prepare to die!
Don't try to run now! north.
Flight director for the orbital. The Capcom capsule communication and then also joining Jack Council is NASA astronaut.
Build these. Meet your end.
Save you from me.
Using a harness, the crew can also perform exercises such as squats and counts. Each of the crew members human space stations because without
You'll start to win.
the zero gravity fires can the crew also completes daily exercise using different devices because they have a little bit more to the International Space Station. That they rotate between depending on the surgeon prescribed exercise routines for their missions. But here on the Orion spacecraft, they have the single exercise routine, which can of course exercise.
You've done me a great service. And I'll run quick
Toilet is no go. We'll take a copy that.
freak.
Those goblins are downright sly.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We are currently 2 days, 4 hours, and 23 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission, following a liftoff at 5:35 p.m. Central, 6:35 p.m. Eastern from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The crew is currently awake and working through their timelined activities for the day. Canadian Space Agency, or CSA, astronaut Jeremy Hansen is currently completing his daily exercise. There's also some checkouts of medical devices taking place. And then earlier in the day, the crew also completed a CPR demonstration. And then originally planned for today was an outbound trajectory correction burn, but it was determined that that burn was no longer needed due to the accuracy of the TLI, or translunar injection burn, which took place yesterday, April 2nd. The next burn on this outbound journey to the moon is scheduled for flight day 4, and that will be the outbound trajectory correction 2 burn. Coming up, the crew will also complete some lunar cabin configurations, and then they will have a public affairs event before they have some private medical conferences, as well as a private conference with the flight director here in Mission Control, which is currently Paul Kanya leading the Orbit 2 team, and then they will get ready for their pre-sleep and sleep activities and then head into their sleep time. Currently on your screen, you can see a view of the Artemis Real-Time Orbit website, or ARROW. This website is available at nasa.gov/trackartemis, and you can continuously monitor Orion's data and telemetry on its way to the moon. So the Orion spacecraft is currently about 133,000 miles away from Earth and about 138,000 miles away from the moon, so about halfway between both. Go ahead.
Hey, Jackie, can you confirm that we have 20 total, or do we have 5 total?
Checking. Integrity Houston, no action on the enabled Eclipse caution related to the wastewater dump, and we'll look at it from the ground.
Copy that.
This is Artemis Mission Control. You're currently seeing a live look again inside the Orion spacecraft. In the center of the screen is NASA astronaut Christina Cook, who is serving as one of the 2 mission specialists on the Artemis 2 mission. She's currently completing her planned daily exercise using the flywheel exercise device, which operates similar to a rowing machine but can complete different types of exercises, including resistive and aerobic exercises. Houston for a hygiene towel answer. There are, in fact, 20 total towels on board. You can find more in Locker Echo, Purple Bag 15, and they are hiding inside unused fecal canisters.
Okay, outstanding. Thanks, Jake.
Yes! Oh, you want to fight? Fucking yes! Gonna hurt you now.
Happy, and the crew of the Orion spacecraft as they were working to track down or count some hygiene towels. Here in Mission Control, the console responsible for some of those items is known as IBA, or the Intravehicular Activity Console, and they are responsible for supporting the astronauts and their activities inside the Orion spacecraft. And this flight controller monitors the crew's well-being, and they also provide suit support, hygiene, and internal crew support tasks throughout the mission.
Houston integrity timeline question for lunar cabin config.
Go ahead.
Hey, with the delays to exercise, curious if you have thoughts on how we handle the pre-lunar flyby cabin config, or we can make a suggestion if you want.
Hey, Victor, we'd like to hear your suggestion. We've been talking a little bit about the timeline and priorities for the rest of the day, and we know it's going to be a squeeze. What you thinking?
We'd like to finish the exercise and delay starting that cabin config if that's okay with the science team.
And Victor, when you say delay, do you have a time estimate for us? We're just looking ahead at some of the blue box activities and thinking ahead to the rest of the shuffle.
Yeah, we were thinking 10 minutes, but that's why if you have a recommendation, we will take your recommendation.
Integrity Houston, for timeline, we are okay with flying the lunar flyby cabin about 10 minutes to the right. We do want to aim to give you that full duration of that activity, but we'd like it to be complete by the start of the DSN EMERCOM DFTO. It's going to be most useful to do that activity together.
What we were planning, and then if we need to throw a couple of minutes into lunar flyby cabin config later, we might call you back about doing that too. But okay, we'll fly it to the right 10 minutes, and we'll be done by DSN EMERCOM checkout.
Sounds like a plan.
This is Artemis Mission Control. There on the far left hand of your screen, you can see NASA astronaut Victor Glover, who has been communicating directly with Mission Control here in Houston regarding some of their timelined activities for the remainder of the day. Namely, they've been discussing an upcoming lunar flyby cabin configuration.
A couple more pieces of data for you on the timeline shuffle. The avatar photo and toilet maintenance are flexible, so we don't have a concern with you pushing into that time. You could pull the avatar forward. The second person does not necessarily have to be Christina.
Hello.
You're back. Well, had the bandits taken my fort?
Did you see anything odd? I've heard they're making some kind of medicine.
Copy them.
Yes. I'll have to look into that. More importantly, I'm glad you're back safe. Thank you for all your help.
Greetings. Our ancestors once claimed that uniting the continent was our destiny. I sometimes wonder if any road remains to that destined path.
During this particular activity, the crew will develop and document an ideal configuration of the Orion spacecraft internal cabin for the lunar flyby observation period, which will take place on flight day 6. And they will deploy various cameras and equipment that will be used during the flyby, and also work to adjust the spacecraft's lighting and positioning of each crew member to ensure once they make it to that flyby on flight day 6 that everything is well set up and thought out and placed, so that they don't have to worry about trying to figure out where all those cameras and equipment will be going on that actual flight day itself.
Well met.
There was also mention of some activities related to Avatar, and this refers to a science investigation flying on Artemis 2. Avatar stands for a virtual astronaut tissue analog response, and it is an investigation that is using organ-on-a-chip devices, or organ chips, to study the effects of increased radiation and microgravity on human health.
Houston Integrity for AGA.
We're ready.
CO2 is 1.1. Do you need anything else?
Hey, Christina, we copy CO2, and we will take the other main constituents there.
Okay, everything is off scale low. Otherwise, oxygen 19.7, pressure 14.05, temperature 75.7 Fahrenheit.
Christina, we copy, and just a follow-up on that, we are pretty interested in keeping tabs on the temperature, so that's why we'll continue to ask for that full sweep. And also, the wastewater dump is complete, and toilet is go.
Copy all. Yeah, thanks for the clarification. We were wondering, since you mentioned temperature, I did want to clarify that the side of the vehicle that AGA is on is much warmer than the other side where the vents are. I'm just mentioning for your awareness that we feel that temperature isn't necessarily consistent across the vehicle.
All right, Christina, thank you for that insight. That is really helpful.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We just heard some communication there between NASA astronaut Christina Cook, currently on board the Orion spacecraft, and also seen there in the center of your screen.
We'll see you train harder.
Some of her daily exercises with the flywheel device. And
Gotta do better than that,
an update throughout the day. Which stands for Waste Management Control, and they are responsible for the internal thermal control system, purification system.
Got it! You
talking about wastewater dump, the Universal Waste Management System, or basically the space toilet on the Orion spacecraft. And the space toilet, or the Universal Waste Management System, typically dumps that wastewater every day overboard. It's vented overboard, much like what happened during the space shuttle era. Now the crew is gonna start working on their pre-lunar flyby cabin configuration activity, so they're gonna be deploying some cameras and other equipment that they plan to use during the flyby on flight day 6 to just ensure that they know where everything should be set up, where it should go, and where each crew member should be stationed for that observation period. And we're currently about 2 days, 4 hours, and 51 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission. The Orion spacecraft carrying the 4 crew members who you currently see on your screen are about 134,000 miles away from Earth, and they have about 137,000 miles between them and the moon. So pretty soon they will actually be closer to the moon than they are to Earth, and we do expect them to pass that milestone in about 31 minutes.
kill you, you fuck!
You're a kind one. How kind?
Northern curs! Northern scum!
Grilling fish takes real skill, mind you.
What brings you here today? Farewell. This bloody place is so far off the beaten path it's impossible for me to reach the guild house. And lately all sorts of riffraff have been causing trouble at the shop. Bandits and drunken thugs keep trying to steal my goods. So no one's coming through the door anymore, and I fear for my trade, and for my very life. Would you mind delivering a message for me, to the guild house? Tell them a guild-affiliated merchant's life is in danger.
Houston, integrity on 1 for lunar flyby setup.
Go ahead.
If you still have the HHP, we're wondering, in Jeremy's position, if he's looking out the window there, will the moon be right side up or upside down?
We have a great view. We'll checking.
Alternatively, is the north pole of the moon going to be in the vehicle plus X direction?
Yeah, we're going to go with the first way you worded the question and say affirm it's upside down in the position Jeremy is in right now.
So if he flips over, it'll be right side up.
That's how it works.
I'm sorry. Have we met?
This is Artemis Mission Control. We are currently 2 days, 5 hours, and 3 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission. Currently on your screen, you're seeing a live look inside the Orion spacecraft, which is named Integrity, and it was named Integrity by its crew. The crew is currently working through a pre-lunar flyby cabin configuration activity. All 4 of them are working to deploy various cameras and equipment that will be used during the flyby, which is planned for flight day 6 of the mission. They'll also be adjusting the spacecraft's lighting and positioning of each crew member to ensure that all of the equipment, cameras, as well as the individual placement of each of them works and will be seamless during the flyby observation period. After this cabin configuration activity is complete, NASA astronaut Christina Cook, who you currently see on the left-hand side of your screen, will then work on a Deep Space Network Emergency Communications DFTO, or Developmental Flight Test Objective, and during this test objective, Christina will conduct a checkout of the Emergency Communications System while connected to the Deep Space Network. The Deep Space Network, or DSN, is NASA's international array of giant radio antennas that support interplanetary spacecraft missions, plus a few that orbit Earth, and it provides radar and radio astronomy observations that can improve our understanding of the solar system.
I'm gonna take my time with you.
And there you can see on your screen that
allow me to rearrange that ugly
spacecraft. So now it's quite dark, and again, they are adjusting the lighting as part of that lunar flyby cabin configuration activity so that they can test the lighting as well as all of the camera.
You pissed off
the lunar flyby.
Oh, bugger, aren't you?
The Orion spacecraft has 4 solar array wings, and each of those wings has its own camera that provides various views throughout the mission.
Allow me to rearrange that ugly face.
Hey, hey. Hiya. Yeah.
thank you. I barely managed to escape from the camp, but there are still people left behind. I know it's shameless to ask, but please, help them.
You've just squandered your last chance.
Mercy!
Mercy,
please!
Need to route power cable since we're down to 3 PCs, so just keep that as a tracking item that we're going to need to do in the next check.
Look at him, sprawled like a sack of muck.
Why the fuck would we care if you've done wrong or not?
From the look of things, you're not living here alone.
This is Artemis Mission Control.
I was getting
just heard
bored.
some communication related
Got
to
this far.
that stands for
And been having more fun with the other
devices,
ones.
which are basically the tablets that each of the crew members uses to track their timeline and other various activities throughout the mission.
Please, just spare my wife.
Ah, so there's a missus, eh? Just finish it.
I'd love to see her face when she finds your corpse.
Oh, you're as civilized as a rock, aren't you?
Integrity Houston, we know you're having some important conversations there. I wanted to let you know we're a couple minutes from the official start of the EMERCOM DFTO, but we could probably push that by 5 minutes or maybe up to 10 if you need it.
Okay, copy. I think we're wrapping this up now. I think we've learned a lot.
This is Artemis Mission Control. You're once again seeing a live look inside the cabin of the Orion spacecraft. There in the center of your screen is NASA astronaut Christina Cook, and to the left is NASA astronaut Victor Glover. The crew is currently wrapping up a pre-lunar flyby cabin configuration activity, and during that activity, they deployed several cameras and other equipment that will be used during the lunar flyby, which is
the Guild must always protect its members.
And they also adjusted the spacecraft.
We'll come up with a plan and take action right away. No need to inform Shurg yourself. The Guild will handle it directly.
Deep space
Thank you for bringing me this news. The Guild is in your debt.
Which will basically be a checkout of the emergency communication system on board the Orion spacecraft while connected to the Deep Space Network, which is an array of giant radio antennas that support interplanetary spacecraft missions. In addition to that activity, NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman and Victor Glover will also finish completing some checkouts of medical devices on board the Orion spacecraft. They did complete some of these checkouts earlier in the day.
What is it you're after?
A few final checkouts for that activity.
Coin talks and
Integrity
I
Houston,
listen.
before we start the
A rare
EMERCOM
goods await.
DSTO, we have a couple of timeline sync-up items to get you continuing on with the timeline while that DSTO is happening.
Go ahead.
Hey, Christina, for the avatar photo, while you are doing the historical
Take a look
photos,
at what's
we'd
coming
also like
today.
you to take note of the lights.
May
and,
fortune bring you
if and
back
when we've
here.
got either the EMERCOM or afterwards, just call down a quick light status
Hello?
for us. We didn't catch one this morning. And then second, I think we'd be interested in status on if folks got to the med device checkout at all yet. And with the trouble with the ECG this morning, we have uplinked message 3.03.06 ECG troubleshooting, and we would like that prioritized ahead of any remaining medical device checkout.
Okay, we can catch you up on some things. Medical device checkout is complete. Avatar photos are complete. For the avatar lights, they are all on, except for number 15.
We copy. And in that case, then the only other thing we'd be looking for is that message 3.3.6.
And POIC integrity for the avatar photos, those were taken about 2 hours ago.
Integrity Hunter, we copy about 2 hours ago. Thanks so much.
And this is Artemis Mission Control here in Houston, Texas. There was some communication there between NASA astronaut Christina Cook and the Capcom or capsule communicator here on the ground, discussing some of the remainder of the activities for the day. And so Christina will be supporting a Deep Space Network emergency communications test.
Integrity Houston, our team on the ground is ready to step into the emergency comm DSTO when you are. And for your information, a few minutes ago, we put in a EPS cross tie just to cover us for some of the different attitudes we'll be in for the next couple of hours.
Copy. EPS cross tie is in for a couple hours, and I'm starting the EMERCOM DFTO now.
Copy. And Christina, I've got a couple of notes for you on the procedure when you're ready to copy.
Ready for your notes.
All right, a couple of nominal things to give you in the procedure itself. In instruction 15.1.5, you will want antenna 3. And in instruction 17.1.7, the answer is yes, we do want an attitude maneuver.
Copy all.
And then, Christina, the final item is we are going to transition directly from this activity into the next attitude for the D5 camera checkout. So if, when you get to step 11, to maneuver to bias tail to sun attitude, assuming that we have good comm with you, the ground is going to take the attitude commanding to that camera window attitude. If for some reason you have not reestablished comm with us, then we would like you to perform step 11.
Copy. I will stop in step 11 and talk with you if we have comm. Otherwise, I will continue the procedure.
Well met, warrior.
I've got the bows. Already?
And we are ready.
You didn't
for
waste
you
any
in step-
time, did you? Oh, let's see. Oh, the size, the weight. They're perfect. Oh, man, I'm telling you. You should have seen the looks on their faces. When we said we trained them. Hey,
And this
you
is
should join
Artemis
us for practice
Control.
later.
NASA astronaut Christina Cook is currently working
I
on
will.
the Deep Space Network Emergency Communications Developmental Flight Test Objective, during which she's basically conducting a checkout of that emergency communication system on Orion while connected to that Deep Space Network. And coming up in just a few moments, we will hit an important milestone in which the Orion spacecraft will officially be closer to the moon than from Earth.
And Integrity Houston, we have some news to share with you. As of 30 seconds ago, you are now closer to the moon than you are to us on Earth.
Wow, Jackie, thank you for sharing that with us. We all kind of had a collective, I guess, expression of joy at that. It's hard to imagine, but we can see here on our flight PFD that we are at 118,000 nautical miles. So, yeah, you can do the math. We can see the moon out of the docking hatch right now. It is a beautiful sight. We're seeing more and more of the far side, and it's just a thrill to be here.
Houston copies.
And there we just had that confirmation called up to the crew that the Orion spacecraft named Integrity and its crew, which you can currently see on your screen, are now officially closer to the moon than they are to Earth. This comes about 2 days, 5 hours, and 24 minutes following a liftoff from NASA's Kennedy Space Center on April 1st at 5:35 p.m. Central, 6:35 p.m. Eastern. Now, while they are officially closer to the moon than they are to Earth, they have not entered what is known as the lunar sphere of influence yet. That milestone will come on flight day 5. And when that milestone happens, that is when the moon, instead of the Earth, becomes the main gravitational force acting on the Orion spacecraft.
You could fatten the camp's funds through a bit of trading.
And we're currently in an expected loss of signal. So right now you're seeing a live look inside the Artemis flight control room here in Mission Control, Houston.
And that kind of burning odor smell that we were reporting on the ground.
Integrity Houston, we're having a little bit of a choppy comm. Can you repeat?
We just wanted to sync up with you. We know that there was some talk about some burnt.
Why carry all those trade goods on you?
From the heaters.
Once you have another load of trade goods, bring them right to me.
Just stand by one. Okay, Jackie, so this time we turned on the WHC on the toilet and it had that burning odor smell that we just hadn't experienced before. And so we just wanted to talk to you about it. We know we had a briefing on that.
Checking.